Already done this once. We're gonna do it again because I'm sure there's someone out there who wants to know how to mess with the Honda head, how to put the valve seals in, and the springs and the keepers and all the stuff. And I'm sure this is gonna help so many people. So I'm gonna give you a quick overview of how I'm doing this. I'm not a mechanic. Put that out there straight off the bat. I'm winging this. I've watched videos and I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And so here we go. So I'm gonna put this one on, and I have them over here. As you can see here, I have to do this because I'm, again, not a mechanic. So I actually made, a picture of the head, basically exhaust side, intake side, put the valves in each one, kept them all, in their areas together. And these are already lapped. I lapped them. And so they are ready to be put back in. I got a Q-tip here with oil on it. This is what I was kind of showed how to do. People have oil cans. I don't. I do paint work. I don't play in oil too often. But I'm going to today. So you can see that valve there has been lapped up. Let me just slide her in here if I can find the hole. Real easy and real nice. Put this under here just to keep that valve in place. And we will grab the corresponding set that goes with it. It comes with a bottom piece and a little top hat. Don't know what those are called. Don't really care. So we'll set those there. I have not cleaned these yet, so I'm going to spray a little bit of carb cleaner on them. They're pretty clean coming out. That's kind of what made me want to go ahead and see if I could fix this. The timing belt broke, which some of you guys may already know. And that was basically all that was wrong with it. The valves went down and hit the head and bent two of the valves. As you can see here, they're kind of leaning towards each other. And so I actually replaced three of the valves just to be safe because one of them wasn't seating. And I thought maybe it might be bent too, so I was told that would probably be a good idea, so I did that. All right, so this will go on here. Don't know if oil's supposed to go under it or not, but eventually it'll be full of oil. So, and then I'm taking, because this is metal on metal, just taking a little bit of oil on this and dropping it in there, kind of like that. Again, if you got an oil can. And so there's that. Then we'll go ahead and put the seat or seal. I keep calling these seats for some reason. This is not the seat. These are the seals. These are the valve seals. And so you can see a little spring on there. Some people take those off. I haven't been because my tool is actually slides over top of that and doesn't mess with that at all. So you're going to put a little oil in here from what I understand. Again, I may be doing this completely wrong, but that'll help keep from tearing the inside of that when you seat it down here. I kind of spin that on real gentle like, and then as it goes down, it helps guide it onto that valve guide. And then I just push it on by hand. And then I've got this 10mm socket, and I just go right over top of the spring and everything, make sure it's on there good, and just give it a couple taps. And inspect it, make sure it's looks good. Spring's still on there like it's supposed to be. And there's that. And so now comes this little guy. Probably time for a new rag. This part goes down, the one that's you see it all bunched together, those go down. And then this little guy here, clean it up. Like I said, this motor was really pretty clean, so it did have a little bit of carbon buildup in here, but all that got cleaned off. I took the head and had it, made sure everything was good. Put that on there like that. And I've used this engine assembly lube basically, and I just what I'm doing. I don't know if it's the right way to do it or not, but just a little bit of that in there, and that holds your keepers in place. So that's probably not necessary because actually it's beveled, and that bevel goes down and the fat part of it goes up, and I'll just try to get a close-up of that. You can see there, that's the top of it, and it bevels down real thin right there. So that's going to go in there right next to it, like so. And then we take this little handy dandy tool, which is really cool. This is a must, at least for me it was. This right here has a magnet in it. Put it on there, you push that down, it pulls your keepers up in there, keeps them inside there. The little hat comes off, covers it up, and you can just pop it off there, take your keepers off, and then drop your valve out of there, and it's freaking money. So then when you put them back in, this little guy goes like that. So if anybody doesn't know how this works, that thing compresses. And then so I just put my fingers underneath that valve to hold it up, and then get that lined up like that. And then I gently try to find, I don't just slam that down on there, find it to where you can see it's actually, the spring's going down, and then I push it down like that. And it didn't take, so I'll do it again. And I think, yep. Well, this is good, right? This is what happens when, oh, there it goes. This is what happens when you turn the camera on. Get all these going just fine, and then turn the camera on and watch everything go to crap. Not completely crap, but, and maybe this will help somebody. It'd be like, that happened to me and I don't know what to do. All right, so we'll try again. Because these keepers can get caught, and so, and that spring will pop up, so be careful. All right, so you've seen how I did that. So now you want to wipe this off. Make sure those keepers look like they're seated. To double check them, take your little dead blow. If they're not seated, that thing's probably going to fly across the room. I haven't had that happen, luckily, so I don't know that to be a fact. But there you go. That's how you do that. And again, you can see the seat in there, or the seal in there. Make sure you get these right. Well, you really can't screw that up. At least on these heads you can't. This is a Honda 2.2 engine. It's pretty simple. I don't know anything about these things. This is the first time I've ever had a Honda apart. But, I mean, you got your camshaft and you got your rocker arms. That camshaft will just pop down in here. And there's no lifters or push rods or anything like that. It's a single overhead cam. And basically what happens is when the cam lobes come up, it pushes the rockers, it direct connects with those rockers and pushes the valves open. So as the cam's moving, these are going up and down, unlike having a push rod and a hydraulic lifter and all that kind of stuff. Which again, like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I know how motors are supposed to work. So, but yeah, actually going this far with one, I've never lapped valves before, so it's all a learning experience for me. They seem to have come out pretty nice. You can see they're gray, and they seal really well. The way I check those to see if it's sealing, like the ones I just did here, I'll just go in here in these ports, spray a little bit of that in there, and then let me get a light. So if you look down in there, and hopefully you can see, there's liquid down in there in both of them. A little bit more in that one than there is the other one. And hopefully you're seeing that. But that's just sitting in there. Well, if it's not sealing, it's going to be running out the bottoms of these, which you can see there it's not. So that means they're sealing. Put my glasses back on. Yeah, so we're good. So anyway, that's basically how that works. And you can see I've got my greasy hands. That's why they look like that. I put my greasy hands underneath there, and this is oil, so that's why that looks like that. So, all right. That will probably be it for me in this little video. Just thought I'd make a quick update on what I'm doing. My wife quit her job and she's staying home with my baby girl now, which is good, except for we're really poor now because she made all the money. But hey, it gives me lots of time to come out here and play with the stuff that I have. So, so I have plenty of stuff to do and play with, just probably not plenty of money now. So, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I got me a license plate to cover up my hidden winch here. And yeah, seems to be a popular phrase now. I don't know exactly what it means, but everyone's going with it, and I just like to follow the crowd, so thought I'd go with that. And it's patriotic too, so, and of course everything's red and black and white and blue and stuff, so. And I'm working on mocking these up. You guys know, if you followed me, I've got this big 1/4-inch plate steel box that my winch is mounted in, so I'll be actually welding these on in here basically, and so that'll look pretty cool, and they'll be functional and work nice. So anyway, as soon as I get this done, which is I just got to get that back together and then start reassembling it, put it back on and torque it and do all that. Once I do that, get this out of here, hopefully it runs, then we can get back on this. This thing is as good as I want it. I mean, it'll run, I can start it, fires up, I can back it out, the clutch works, everything's working now. For any of you guys haven't watched, because I made a video a few, 2-3 weeks back or whatever. And you can see how I'm running, just, but hey, it works, it starts. Heck, let's do a cold start, let's see. I haven't started in a while, so let's see if the sucker will even start. Make sure I don't have anything that's gonna explode. Take it out of gear. Make sure the parking brake's on. A little gas. Huh. Let me try this. That didn't fire right up like I thought it might, but it's been, like I said, it's been a while, so let's put a little carb cleaner in there and wake her up a little bit. See how that works. Might smoke me out here. Uh-oh. Now, I'm not getting fuel to the carb, obviously, but she runs. I don't know why. Maybe that's just not pulling in there. Let's see one more time. I think I got, oh, we're out of fuel. Well, that might be part of the problem. Yeah, the fuel's down here, and I bet you that's running up here, so it's just not pulling the fuel. Let me see if I can move it down here like that. Into the fuel, maybe, or like that. This is pretty hokey, I realize, but I'll put more fuel in there and I can move it around. she's noisy. But my neighbors are happy. We'll leave that open, let that air out just a bit. Beautiful, beautiful day. You can see the trees are changing. Leaves are falling.